Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, students? Today is lecture number 21, same chapter, current electricity. Current electricity. So, we will do electrical energy and Joule's law today. Electric power, difference between AC current and DC current, hazards of electricity. These are the topics that we have to explain today. Now, electrical energy and Joule's law. Joule's law is the relation which explains consumption of energy. I will write the mathematical form for you people. W is equal to I square RT, or H is equal to I square RT. In your book, W is used for energy, and generally H is used, heat, consumption of heat energy. When a charge moving from a higher potential to a lower potential, it delivers electric current. The process during which charges continuously move from a higher potential to a lower potential become a continuous source of electrical energy. If you have an electrical circuit and electric current is flowing, energy will be consumed. The energy consumed is directly proportional. The energy consumed is directly proportional to the square of current, directly proportional to the resistance, and directly proportional to the time for which the electrical energy is consumed. Electrical energy is a form of energy resulting from the flow of electric current, electric charge. Energy is ability to do work or apply force to move an object. In case of electrical energy, the force is electrical attraction or repulsion between charge particles. Now, example. In this, cell is connected. In this circuit, cell is connected. So electron flow from negative terminal to the positive terminal. So when electric current is flowing, the electrical energy is converted into heat energy and into light energy by electric bulb. Electrical energy used for an electric power such as wall current used to power a light bulb or computer is energy that is converted from electrical energy. This potential energy is converted into another type of energy: heat, light, mechanical energy, etc. For a power utility, the motion of electrons in a wire produces the current and electric potential. Battery is another source of electrical energy, except the electrical charge may be ion in a solution rather than electrons in a metal. Electric current is due to the flow of charges, whether the charges is due to the motion of ion or due to the motion of positive or negative charges. So whenever there is flow of charges, there will be effects. Effects might be sound. When electric current is flowing, might be it produce sound, might be it produce heat, might be it produce light. So in these shape, energy is converted from one form into another form. Now we uh, we will explain electrical Joule's law. Again comes to the same topic. Statement is written. Joule's law can be stated as this is the mathematical statement of Joule's law. Joule's law can be stated as the quantity of heat generated. This in your book. In your book, this is represented. H is used as representative is representation for work, for energy. In a conductor of resistance R, when a current I flows through it for a time t is directly proportional to, first here H is which means W is directly proportional to the square of current. And here resistance, the H is directly proportional H is directly proportional to the resistance, and H is means W is directly proportional to the time for which the current is flowing. Now it is written in mathematical shape, directly proportional to the square of current. So it is written here, directly proportional to the square of current. It is written here, directly proportional to the square to the resistance in a conductor, directly proportional to the time for which the current is flowing. So heat means work is directly proportional to I square R T. H is equal to K I square R T, where K is equal to 1. So H is equal to R, work is equal to I square RT, where K is proportionality constant, and in SI system it is equal to 1. K is constant of proportionality. This is the other way of derivation. You can do it in many methodologies to verify Joule's law. In this case, power is taken equal to P is equal to VQ divided by I. As we know that power is equal to IV. I is equal to QV divided by T, because I is equal to Q by T. I is equal to Q by T. So I is equal to Q by T. So QV divided by T. So this is the verification of this relation. Now comes towards this relation. I is equal to Q by T. So P is equal to IV. Here V by T is replaced by I. Now P is equal to IV. P is equal to IV. In place of V divided by T, we will write Q by T, we will write I. This is, now energy supplied in unit time will be equal to P cross T. So P cross T is equal to IVT. Place of P you will write, and simply I will do it for you. Work is equal to power is equal to work per unit time. So work is equal to power into time. So here time is written, and here the value of power is written. So it will give you the energy consumed in unit time. Now heat will be equal to IV into T, means work is equal to IV into T. And Ohm law, V is equal to IR. So here I, in place of V you will write IR, which become I square RT, which is Joule's law. This is another way of derivation. Electric power. The amount of energy supplied by current in unit time is known as electric power. Work per unit time is called electric power. Here, power can be determined by the formula. Electric power is equal to electrical energy per unit time, work per unit time. This is the formula of power, where W is the electrical energy given or released during consumption of during when a charge is flowing. W is equal to QV by definition of electric potential. By definition of electric potential, V is equal to work per unit charge. So W is equal to QV. You will write this. Power is equal to work per unit time. So work is equal to QV divided by T. So Q is equal to I is equal to Q by T. I is equal to, now the last relation we have derived, power is equal to work per unit time QV divided by T. Power is equal to Q by T is equal to I, and V is equal to IR. So power is equal to I square R. Different types of relation you can write it in a different way. Now when current I is passing through a resistor R, the electric power that generate heat in the resistance is given by this one. The unit of electric power is watt, represented by W. But you should remember that 1 horsepower is the British engineering unit of power in British engineering system, is equal to 746 watt. Now what is watt? A watt is a joule per second. What is a joule? Watt is a unit of power. What is the SI unit of work? Joule is the SI unit of per work. Unless you still don't know this, that second is a unit of time. Simply, what is the amount of work you do per second? This is a little bit information about watt. Watt, joule per second. Power is equal to work per unit time. Place of power you write this. In place of this you will write it like this. Kilowatt hour is the unit of energy. As we know that power is equal to work per unit time. Work is equal to power into time. So in place of work we will write joule. In place of power you will write watt, time. So kilowatt time, you will change this one. This value will be changed. So kilowatt time is, let's say in place of time we take the unit of time R. Kilowatt hour is the unit of energy. Kilowatt is the unit of Kilowatt hour is the unit of energy. 1 kilowatt hour can be defined as the amount of electrical energy consumed when 1000 watt electrical energy appliances is used per an hour. Very simple. Power is equal to work per unit time. Work is equal to power into time. So write work, power into time. Watt hour. 1 joule is equal to 1 joule is equal to 1 watt and second. So you will change it. Now so 1 joule is equal to 1 watt per second. So in place of 1 kilowatt hour we will write 1 cross 10 to the power 3. This is 10 to the power 3 is the value of K. K is a prefix. You will write watt, and here you will write in place of R you will write 3600 second. So 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 3600 is equal to 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 1 2 3 10 raised to power 3 10 raised to power 3, and this 3 it will become 10 raised to power 6 watt second. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6. In place of 10 raised to power 6 you will write mega joule. Now I will do again. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 cross 10 raised to power 3 cross 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 3 second watt second. You will write this kilo. In place of kilo you will write 10 raised to power 3. In place of hour you will write 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 3 second. In 1 hour have 3600 second. So in place of 1 hour you can write 10.6 cross 10 raised to power 3 second in place of hour. In place of 1 hour you can write it like this. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 6 watt second. So you will write in place of 1 kilowatt hour you will write 10 raised to power 3 cross 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 3 watt second. So 3.6 cross 10 raised to power 6 watt second is equal to 3.6 mega joule. In place of this you will write this one. Now kilowatt hour expression usually listed on the power cards. This is the rated power your appliances uses when turned on. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt hour is equal to watt cross time divided by 1000. Time appliances in on. If minutes or seconds convert to hours first, need to divide by 1000. This is the explanation of kilowatt hour. Kilo means 10 raised to power 3, watt means unit of power, hour is means 3600 second. Example, per day usage. How many units of energy is consumed by bulb of 60 watt per hour? So 1 hour you will calculate the consumption power. You have the time, you have the power, so you can calculate it. Here the solution is written. So first watt must be converted into kilowatt, and it is used per hour. 60 watt per hour. How much unit of energy is consumed by a bulb of 60 watt per hour? So you have 1 hour. Time is 1 hour. Power is 60 watt. So if power is watt is converted into kilowatt, you will divide it by 1000. Divided it by 1000. So you will write work is equal to power into time. You have the power, you have the time, do it. Now difference between kilowatt and kilowatt hour. Power required for the appliances to work. Kilowatt is the power needed to power the instrument. Energy used each hour or the appliance. Kilowatt is the energy and kilowatt is the power. This represents energy, this represents power, so you can differentiate. Now AC and DC. AC is reverses direction, reverses the direction, unidirectional current. Frequency of AC is 0. Frequency of AC is 55, 50, 60 that you use in your homes. From 50 to 60, in this range you use. DC is the unidirectional current, the current which flow in one direction. Cell, mobile, the battery used in mobile are DC. The electrical energy at your home is AC. Direct current. Direct current is a flow of charge that always flow in one direction. The unidirectional current is called direct current. A DC current is a current that does not change the direction in time. Battery produce direct current in a circuit. Example, portable flashlight or circuit. Here the magnitude of current is not changing, so it is DC. Here the direction is not does not reverses the direction, so DC. This symbol means multi batteries, many batteries, multiple batteries, multiple batteries. This is half wave rectifier. This you get this from a circuit which convert AC into DC. This is full wave rectifier. This is the wave shape of DC, alternating current, which keep on reversing its direction. AC is what you get from the power company. The the electrical energy you use at your home is called uh, AC energy. Now, direct current. Current that flows in only one direction through a wire. Example is battery. Alternating current reverses the direction of the current flow in a regular pattern. Plugging a toaster into a wall outlet. AC reverses the direction. DC does not reverse the direction. DC is unidirectional. Unidirectional. Multidirectional. Frequency of DC is 0 because it does not complete cycle. It have frequency and different range. This is the graph per DC current, that its value does not change. It reverses the direction. It is AC current, alternating current. The red line is DC current. And this is the graph comparisons of both the supply current, DC current and AC current, supplied to a house. Now, if you want in our homes, either the overhead electric poles or underground cables support the power supply flowing through the main. One of the wire one of the wires in this supply covered with insulation in the color red is the live wire, and another wire colored black is the neutral wire. So you have three types of wire. Live wire, it will be red color. Neutral wire will be black. Live wire, neutral wire, and earth wire. At the meter board, these wires pass into an electric path through the main fuse. The main switch, live wire, and the neutral wire are in connection to the live wires in our homes. These wires then supply electricity to separate electric circuit within the houses. Earth wire might be white, might be yellow, different. It is available in different colors. Now, first, if you have three rooms, I will draw my own circuit to make you understand. This is room, different rooms. So, here is your electric supply switch. Two wires is given to your electric supply, electric meter. So, to your homes, two supply wire is supplied in different way. Each room will be given live wire. Each room will be given neutral wire. Neutral wire might be common, and earth wire. So this is a, I will use red color for live wire. This is connection to your room. This is the connection to the other room, and this is to the next room. So connection is given to your room. Different connection is given to your room. I will make it much more easier. This is live wire to this room. This is separate live wire to this room. This is separate live wire to this room. Each room will be given live wire separately. Now neutral wire. Neutral wire is common. Neutral wire is common. Neutral wire is common. And earth wire to avoid jerks, to avoid electricity hazards. These connection are done like this. Now if you look live wire, it is flowing in this direction. To different room is given. Live wire is given different connection to each room. And neutral wire, it might be common. You can use it. This is the live wire connection. This connection is a live wire. The neutral wire is this one. This is the neutral wire given to each room, and this one is the live wire. These are the sources to which you have to given live wire and neutral wire. From here earth wire is given. Dotted line represents the earth wire. So each appliance will be given neutral wire, live wire and earth wire. If there is damages in insulation is damaged and the live wire touches the electrical part, the metallic part of an instrument, to avoid electric jars, so earth wire will be given. So whenever electrical uh, the live wire touches the body of an electrical appliances metallic part, and you touch that metallic body, it can cause damages to you. So to avoid damages, earth wire is given to each instrument. So when insulation is damaged and when insulation is damaged and the electrical the current the part the metallic part of the instrument touches the metallic part of the instrument touches the live wire touches the metallic part of the instrument, the current starts flowing in the live wire, which will burn out the electrical fuse. So it will avoid damages. So it protect you. Live wire, earth wire is a safety precautions. Otherwise, damages can take place. Now you can see live wire, fuse, cable grip, outer insulation, neutral wire, earth wire. So it is insulated. This is neutral wire. This must be in red color. This is a live wire. So fuse must be connected with the live wire, to not with the neutral or any other wire, otherwise it will cause damages. Fuse must be connected with the live wire. Now I will explain fuse. Fuse must always be connected in series. Fuse must be connected in series. So whenever there is large amount of current flow, large amount of current flow, it disconnect the power supply to avoid damages. So fuse is a safety precaution. Fuse is a safety precaution. Now, electrical fuse is a safety device used in electric circuit to protect the circuit and the appliance from damages due to overloading and short circuiting. It is a wire having high resistance or low resistance but low melting point. If excess amount of current is flowing through it, it disconnect the circuit by when huge amount of current flowing through it, its temperature increases and it will be melted. When it melted, it will be disconnected. Fuse are available in different range. Fuse wire is always connected with a live wires. Overloading is caused due to increase in voltage, or if the live wire and neutral wire comes in contact. If too many appliances are connected to a single socket, it results overheating of the wires and can cause damages to the circuit and appliances. Mostly it will hold fire. If there is one switch and its capability is 2 ampere and you connect many devices and their range is more than that 2 ampere, surely you have overloaded and damages will cause. Short circuiting. Short circuit is caused when the live wire and neutral wire comes in contact with each other. Suddenly, huge amount of current will flow. It causes sparks, fire, and damages to the circuit and appliances. So, in short circuiting, live wire and neutral wire comes in contact and causes damages. Overloading, many switches are inserted in a single socket. Electric fuse connected in series, it is safety precaution and it connect and disconnect the current. It work on different principle. On melting point, keeping its melting point low, keeping make the fuse from a wire which have low melting point. So when huge amount of current flows through it, its temperature increases and it will be melted and will be disconnected. Or there are nowadays fuse are replaced by circuit breaker. Thank you, students. Next coming topic is electrical hazards and numerical problems. Wish you best of luck. Do revise, students. Allah Hafiz.